All right. Good afternoon, anyone watching this recording. I did this class a couple weeks ago live with our agents, and my recording messed up and got cut off. So here I am again. Today I'm going to be talking about the new agent checklist. Obviously, there's no agents on because this is not during our normal team meeting time. So if anyone has any questions, you're not able to ask during this meeting, of course, so you can email me, you can call me, you can text me. I am Victoria Jones. I am the broker for Zach Taylor Real Estate in Georgia, and I'm excited to welcome our new agents into Zach Taylor, our Zach Taylor family, as I like to call it. And I'm going to get started, get right into this. Today, I'm going to be talking about what you should do as a new agent, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I've got a little presentation. We called this our new agent checklist, and I have this in quotes because some of these things are going to be optional things. It's not like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 checklist. When you get your real estate license, you are essentially starting your own business. So you can run your business how you would like to do it. There are people, real estate agents that I know that just have their license to sell their own houses. There are also agents that, of course, make this a full-time job and career and have other agents underneath them and all of the things. So you can get out as much as you want to put into this career. So we're here as a support, and we're here to keep you compliant and legal, so we don't have any, issues moving forward. But of course, this checklist of things is here to be beneficial to you and not necessarily to tell you exactly what to do. So, first of all, just a little reminder, as a new agent with Zach Taylor, you will want to accomplish a number of tasks to jumpstart your real estate career. And like I said before, these are optional items. There are some of these items that are optional you can choose to do in your own if you'd like. And I've listed these separately from our required fields and things that we like highly, highly encourage. Our Zach Taylor team is successful when our agents are successful. So we're always here to help. If you need anything, please reach out to me. At the end of this slide, I'm going to give my cell phone number, my email address, so you're able to text, call, email me at any time with any questions. And again, we're successful when our agents are successful. So we want to help you jumpstart your career and do the right things to make some business going. So just as a little start, here is our team, our Zach Taylor team. This is Taylor and Zach Greist. They are the founders of this company. Zach is our founder, CEO. Here's his cell phone number, his email, and he is going to be available for broker support, legal assistance, and he also helps with trainings. He is very involved with our title company out of the Nashville, Tennessee area. So title, legal questions, things like that, you can kind of push to Zach. Taylor is our co-founder, COO. She helps a lot with our marketing and advertising. Her cell phone number and her email address is here. She helps with brokerage operation, agent marketing and advertising, and state advertising rules. So whenever you get your for sale sign, whenever you are making your business cards, anything like that, that needs to be GRET compliant, Georgia Real Estate Commission compliant. You can shoot an email to Taylor with a copy of what you're thinking about printing before you spend the money to have it printed. She can help tell you if that's GRET compliant or not. Mackenzie Hargrove is our agent coordinator, her phone number and her email address, and she's going to be helping with agent onboarding, which is a big step in the process of joining our team. License management, events and training planning, she also helps us with. Cameron Corlew is our compliance officer. This is him. He's a super nice guy. His cell phone number's here. His email address is here. He's going to help with Dotloop and compliance. Dotloop is our electronic filing system. It's where you're going to put all your contracts is all your documents are going to go there. And so he's able to help us stay compliant and make sure you're doing all the right things. Again, especially as a newer agent, you're going to need some help with new forms, new contracts, all the learning curves that it takes. So he's there to help if you need any help with dot loop and compliance. Our accounting department, the girl, Krista, who was in our accounting department, had a baby and is no longer with us. So we are in the process of hiring someone new for our accounting department, but you still can call this phone number for our Murfreesboro office to talk with somebody about accounting. If you have any questions about your commissions, monthly dues, agent payout bonuses, things like that, you can use that phone number or that email address. Kathy is our mentorship program director. She's licensed in the state of Tennessee, and she really is a mentor to anybody, whether you're in Tennessee or Georgia. We are trying to get a Georgia-specific mentorship program up and running with somebody that's licensed specifically in Georgia. But Kathy is available if you'd like to have some boundaries as far as real estate. She's really great at keeping you committed to real estate, giving you to-dos, and kind of like a weekly, check-in kind of a basis. But if you'd like to be a part of her program, here's her phone number and her email address as well. Zach, of course, is our managing broker for Tennessee. So if you have your license, if you're dual licensed in Tennessee and in Georgia, you'll talk to Zach about Tennessee questions, and then you'll talk to me about Georgia questions. Emily is also our managing broker in Chattanooga. So a lot of our dual licensed agents can also check in with Emily, depending on where the property is located and what contract that you're using. She's there for broker support, questions, and trainings. And then, of course, I'm in the Atlanta area. I'm the Georgia broker. Here's my cell phone number, my email address, and of course, any Georgia contract related questions, trainings, anything you need Georgia and, boots on the ground local to the Atlanta area, I am available to help with. Jessica is also our Florida managing broker. And here's her phone number, her email address. So that is kind of our team. One other thing I wanted to notate is if you're in the Alabama area or you're licensed in Alabama, Emily is also our Alabama broker for that area as well. So we've got a great team behind us, supporting us, and all are great people. So look forward to y'all being able to talk with them and get your questions answered by them or myself. So we'll get right into the required items if you are a new agent. So again, if you're a new agent, you're essentially starting a brand new real estate business. So there are some things that are required, some things that we just recommend. Number one, you are going to need to get a GREC sponsorship form to be a part of our brokerage. So you're going to have the brokerage fill out this GREC sponsorship form because you will also want to make sure your license is active with GREC, and that is going to make us be able to pick you up and add you to our system and our brokerage. So once you pass your exam, of course, you are going to go to the place where you took your exam. You're going to have a signed and notarized lawful presence affidavit, a valid ID and certificate of accuracy statement, a background check, and this GREC sponsorship form signed by our brokerage and Mackenzie Hargrove, our agent administrator. She can help you fill this out if needed. Her email address is admin@zactaylorrealestate.com. And if you need me to spell this out, I think I have this at the end of my presentation. So Mackenzie is really going to be your first initial contact to get a part of our brokerage. So next, after you've done everything you need to do as far as Georgia and getting your license activated with Georgia, Mackenzie will pick you up in our system to be able to add you to our broker roster. And then you're going to do an onboarding with Mackenzie. Mackenzie does that via Zoom, and she just kind of goes over all of our policies, procedures, what to expect from Zac Taylor. She gets you login information for the different MLSs that you'd like to be a part of. She gets you login information for our filing systems, our website, tons of informational things and good things to help you kind of get the ball rolling on your real estate career. So Mackenzie We'll do a Zoom call with you. You don't have to be, you don't have to go to the Tennessee office. She'll just do this over Zoom and she'll set that up with you. I can be a part of that onboarding Zoom call with you if you'd like. I've been a part of many, but again, this is kind of something that's between you and the company. But of course, I'm able to help with support anywhere that I can. Next, we are going to want to get errors and emissions insurance. This is not required in the state of Georgia. It is required in the state of Tennessee. And just a little background on me, I am licensed in both Georgia and in Tennessee, so I kind of know, the ins and the outs of both states. But my primary focus in helping our agents is in the Georgia state. So errors and emissions insurance is not required in Georgia, but it is highly encouraged, especially for our new agents. There are, tons of money that's going to be involved with selling a house, tons of liability that comes with that. And especially as a new agent, before you've got a couple deals under your belt, you may not know and feel like you know what you're doing. So I would highly encourage you to get set up on our company errors and emissions insurance plan. With our policy, we have $1 million coverage for a 1 year term at only $100, which is an amazing deal that our company has worked out for errors and emissions insurance. So if you'd like to be a part of this and get on our policy, it's $100 a year to join that. You can talk with Mackenzie and she can get you added to that. Number 4, you are going to want to join a board. This is not required in the state of Georgia, but this is definitely highly encouraged. By joining a board, you're going to get access to the GAR forms, the Georgia Association of Realtor forms. These forms are what you're going to use for writing up contracts, and there's tons of other documents, stipulations, and things that you're going to want to pull from these forms. Now, if you just purchase the forms themselves and you don't join a board, which is an option, you can join or you can buy the forms outright for $264. And I've got a link that I can send you to do that if needed. And if you want to forego buying the forms outright and go ahead and join a board, the board membership will give you access to the forms as well. So in the state of Georgia, I live in the Villa Rica Carrollton area, so I'm a part of the West Metro Board of Realtors. You'd have the option to join that board. Or if you're more of the in the Metro Atlanta area, we are also a part of the Atlanta Board of Realtors. And West Metro is $461 a year to join this. Again, it gives you your GAR forms and a couple other things as well. The Atlanta Board of Realtors is $490 a year. So you can be a part of both. You can be a part of one. Or if you don't feel like that you need to be a part of a board, then you're able to just, again, outright buy your GAR forms for $264 a year. Now, with joining a board, there are a couple perks that come along with joining on top of getting your GAR forms. They offer discounts to real estate agents. They offer in-house financial advice, insurance discounts for medical, health insurance, all of those things. They offer legal support. They offer 18 hours of free CE credits annually. This is all included with your board membership. And then, of course, they offer resources, networking events, scholarships, and there are a lot of good things that come with being a part of a board. I'm a part of 2 boards. So again, this is not required, but I highly encourage you to either join a board or buy your GAR forms outright. Now, another thing, as a new agent, you're going to need to take 25 hours of post-licensing CE courses, and this is required by the state. You can choose wherever you'd like to take this. There's not like a mandated place that we make our agents take this, but I typically use the CE shop. It's just www.zachtaylor.com/the CE shop. And you're able to get a discount on your 25-hour post-license course if you go through our website to sign up for that. And it is something that is required. So I would definitely recommend you go ahead and get on that once you have your license activated. And here are some of the optional items that I'd like to share with y'all that I've just come up with that I wish somebody would have helped me with some of these items whenever I first got licensed. So when I first got licensed, it was kind of like, hey, here's your license. Good luck to you. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where to start. So I just, searched YouTube or did whatever a lot of trial and error, to be honest with you. So here's some things that are optional, that completely optional. Pick and choose what you'd like to do, what you'd not like to do. That's totally fine. But some things that I highly recommend just on a personal level to really get you into real estate and get you knowledgeable and get you ahead of the game. Not playing defense in real estate, but going ahead and being on the offense to get yourself set up for success. So number one, I would recommend that you play around with dotloop. This is our electronic filing system. And again, Cameron is your point of contact if you have any questions about how dotloop works, how your login information works, etc. I don't have access to everyone's dotloop accounts, but I would recommend you sign in, look through our forms, get totally familiar with the system. We have tons of training videos that are recorded that are on our Thinkific training website page that you can go back and reference. Hours and hours of training videos that you can watch on dotloop and how to use this. One of the worst things that you can do as a real estate agent and get yourself into a deal. You need to submit an offer within 12 hours or whatever it may be before the deadline, and you don't even know how to work our system. So go ahead, number one, put this on your to-do list, play around with dotloop, get familiar with the system, even go in and role play a little bit, act like you're making a offer on a house, and just go ahead and fill forms out, and this will get you familiar with our systems. Number two, schedule professional photos and get updated headshots. And again, this is not required, but something that I would recommend, because when you're starting a real estate business, again, you're starting a business. So you want to build a brand around your real estate business, and you definitely want recent photos to be able to use in your advertising, your internet presence. And I recommend using a cohesive photo throughout your marketing so that, excuse me, so that you can uh, start to share face recognition with your brand and your face and your name, and it just shows consistency on your part and makes you look very professional. And this headshot, if you pick a favorite that you are kind of want to use consistently, it's also going to appear on the Zach Taylor Agents page and on your website. So I would definitely recommend you email your favorite headshot to Mackenzie so she can kind of get that in rotation to use. Also, if you are a top producer, she will use this headshot to, advertise on our social media and things like that. Number three, download handy realtor apps. Here's a couple apps that I would recommend you get familiar with, and you can go ahead and download, play around with them before you actually need them. I think it's a great thing. Some that I personally use are Showing Time. This is the app we use to schedule showings. Super E-Key, and this is to open the blue Supra boxes that we'll use. Our listings in Georgia, at least around the Atlanta area, either use a combination box with a code that the listing agent will give you, but majority of the time, especially on an occupied property, a Supra box is like a blue box, a little loop at the top to go around the doorknob or whatever you'd need. And the Supra E-Key app is going to cost you $15 a month, but this is going to give you access to open those Supra boxes. Georgia MLS is where homes will be listed around the Atlanta area. They have a good user-friendly app that you can use and get familiar with that as well. FMLS, that's First MLS. This is also another MLS system around the Atlanta area that we use to list homes on. And me personally, I'm a part of both MLSs. I recommend you be a part of both, especially if you are dealing with buyers or sellers directly, because you're going to want to be able to search in both. Or if you're dealing with sellers, you're going to want to be able to list the house that you're listing in both MLS systems, because you want to get as many eyes as possible on the property. So download those Georgia MLS, FMLS apps. Both of those are free to download, by the way. Zillow, I know there's, pros and cons to Zillow. I know a lot of agents don't like Zillow, but I recommend using the Zillow app because it's easier to see sometimes with information versus looking on the MLS. You can easily pull recently sold comps. You can easily pull price reductions and listing information and HOA information a little easier. So it's a little more user friendly, in my opinion. So that's another one I'd recommend to download. Zillow Mortgage is a great app to have. This you can use a mortgage calculator. So if you're helping buyers, you can help them get an idea of monthly payment in real time while y'all are talking about offers or, down payment programs or, what they should put down, what their monthly budget is, etc. And I always, of course, as an agent, you want to remove yourself from liability of like giving them an exact number. So we always want to make sure that they're talking to their lender if they're getting a loan on a property to verify, monthly payment, mortgage amounts, and also just disclose that anything we tell them is always an estimate. Even when we're using an app like Zillow Mortgage, it's just an estimate. We're just here to kind of help, show them what it could be around, but we never want to claim that we, are going to qualify them or stick to a specific number because we could get in trouble for that. Showami, Showami, is an app that I use. This essentially is like Uber for real estate agents. So there are times when I'm out of town, there are times when I'm showing property or dealing with my kids or something else where I can't physically go and show a house. And if I know that the house is probably going to sell quickly, or if maybe it's outside of the area that I drive in, whatever it may be, Showami is an app that you can use to pay another real estate agent, another licensed agent, to show a house on your behalf. Usually costs about $30 to $50 per showing, but there are definitely times that this comes in handy. Again, if you're out of town or and it's an emergency situation, something like that. So that's an app that I definitely would recommend you download and get familiar with, to have, kind of in your back pocket whenever you do need that. Couple other apps I'd recommend. Dotloop is, again, our electronic filing system, and they have an app that's great to be able to kind of look at your paperwork without being on your computer. Genius Scan is a document or is an app that I use to scan documents into my computer as a PDF. It's very user friendly, very easy. So you're not having to physically sit with like a fax machine or scanner or whatever and scan it into your computer. Very easy, and it's a free app. Thumbtack is another app that I highly recommend as a real estate agent that you download. Thumbtack is a resource for handymen, people that are local that do, certain things. If you're trying to get quotes for repairs or something like that, Thumbtack will be a great option for you to have. Canva is an app that is free. Also, they do have a premium version, which I think is about $120 a year. But you can use the free version if you are just getting started and don't want to put any money into it. And Canva is an app where you can create social media content, a lot of design, and I actually created my business cards, for sale signs, all of those kind of things on Canva. So it's a very good app to have. Another would be Lofty, which is our CRM system. I'd recommend you download their app if needed. Okay, so that's the apps that I recommend. Number 4, I'd recommend you order super boxes. These are the blue lock boxes that I talked to y'all about. The app costs $15 a month to be able to access the super box and to open that up. But you also will need to have a physical box if you are going to have a listing and you're going to use that super box to put the key in for the listing. These super boxes are the most secure way for you to list a house and have a key accessible, especially again in occupied properties. Somebody can't just figure out a code or pass the code on to someone else, a buyer or family member, whatever it may be. Super boxes have to be, excuse me, super boxes have to be paid a monthly fee and have a subscription to be able to access them. So it's not something that, you can just pass a code along. So again, I recommend this if you're going to have listings to go ahead and order your super boxes ahead of time. Sometimes it can take a couple weeks for them to come in, and just get familiar with how to work a super box as well. Next thing, number 5, consult with a CPA. And as a real estate agent, you are now an independent contractor. So not sales tax. So taxes. income taxes, sorry, will not be taken out of your compensation checks. So it's up to you to either prepay the taxes or save a portion of your compensation to be able to pay taxes each year. So I recommend you talk with a good accountant. If you need a good accountant in the Atlanta area, just let me know. I'm happy to pass on mine, who's very familiar with real estate, dealings and all of that. So again, something to keep in mind as well. If you're not going to prepay taxes, then you probably need to, and you are planning to do business, then you probably need to save some of your compensation to be able to pay taxes at the end of the year. Number six, order business cards and for sale signs. So Zach Taylor offers templates to help design these business cards and for sale signs, but we do not micromanage what coloring, what photos that you use. These do have to be Georgia Real Estate Commission compliant to be able to use them and to avoid any fines or things like that. So, like I said earlier, once you design a business card or a sign, it's best to email it to Taylor. Her email is taylor@zactaylorrealestate.com, just to double check that everything is compliant and you won't get in any trouble for that. Again, we do not care what colors you use, what font you use, but it does need to be GREC compliant. Number seven, make a post on social media. And this is just something that I recommend just to let people know that you're licensed. So people in your sphere of influence, friends, family, they can use you as their real estate agent if you are wanting to work with them. Another thing I recommend is post consistently 3 to 5 times a week. And I think this is a great strategy to be able to market to, again, your friends and your family. And Zach Taylor does offer a post that you can make to get 100 free business cards or a gift card to Starbucks. So if you do make a post about becoming a real estate agent and joining Zach Taylor, our brokerage, we'll give you like the graphic to be able to post. If you do make that post, then just reach out to Mackenzie. She'll get you your gift card or your free business cards. Number eight, offer to host open houses and do some lead generation. And we've talked about this in some of our other training, but usually it takes about 90 days to acquire your first deal if you are working. So it's not something that you just snap your fingers and you make money right, the first week. Some people do, some people definitely do, but I would just go ahead and get that expectation that, when you start working hard in about 90 days from now is when you're going to see that money come in, that closing happen. So I recommend you offer to host Zach Taylor agents open houses for people that have listings. Just to get familiar with the process, you can meet potential buyers and sellers in person at open houses. And to me, these are great free leads for you to be able to, lead generate. And there, of course, are other lead generation ideas. We've went through some of these in our training, but if you have specific questions on getting clients, reach out to me. I'll get you set up with hosting an open house on my behalf and get you in front of buyers and sellers, of course. Number nine, plan to attend the Zach Taylor monthly meeting. This is hosted via Zoom through our Murfreesboro office. I believe it's the first Tuesday of every month. I'd have to double check that. Also, about once a month, we offer in-person events in Georgia. And then, of course, Wednesday evenings, we do weekly agent trainings. If the time and date to that ever changes, we'll notify you via email. So just a reminder also, if you want to attend the Zach Taylor monthly meeting, in-person events, weekly agent trainings, you can go to any of our events. We are now in Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, and Georgia, and probably more states to come. So you don't have to be in a specific area to be a part of a training, which is one of the reasons I love Zach Taylor so much, is because they offer so much free training and options for you to be able to, get as much out of real estate as you want to. I always say you get as much out as you put into it. And it's so true. If you want to, work a couple hours a week and do a couple deals a year, it's definitely possible. If you want to put in a bunch of hours and make, $500,000 a year or more, then it's definitely possible as well. The sky is the limit when it comes to real estate, but we are so excited that you are with us as a new agent. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me, Victoria at ZachTaylorRealEstate.com. Here's my cell phone number as well. I love to text versus calls because I have little kids that are loud in the background when I take phone calls. But if you do need to talk on the phone, just shoot me a text and we'll set up a time that's good. And then also, this is Mackenzie's information, admin at ZachTaylorRealEstate.com, her phone number as well. And if you have any questions regarding, compliance or anything like that, just shoot them either of our way. And you're welcome to CC us both on an email. And whoever, is kind of over that responsibility will respond to you. I appreciate you so much watching this training, and I am going to let y'all go. Hope we get to meet soon in person rather than over Zoom. And I hope you have a wonderful day and an amazing real estate career. Thank you.